Bats. Bats are mammals belonging to the Chiroptera order, a name of Greek origin meaning hand-wing, which accurately describes the animal's most unusual anatomical feature. The Chiroptera order is divided into two suborders: the Megachiroptera, consisting of a family such as flying foxes and their fruit and flower-eating relatives, and the Microchiroptera, composed of the rest of the bat families. These families are further classified into over 1,000 species, a number making them one of the most prevalent orders of animals. In fact, more than a quarter of the total number of mammal species are bat species. Despite the name, not all megabats are larger than microbats. The major distinction between them is based on other factors. Most megabats are vegetarians and are characterized by a long muzzle which can help them feed on fruit, pollen, or nectar, while most microbats have pushed-in snouts and are typically carnivores, feeding primarily on insects, yet with some meat-eaters feeding on frogs, fish, rodents, even other bats or blood. The ears of microbats do not form a closed ring, but the edges are separated from each other at the base of the ear. Consequently, their vision mainly depends on an acoustic orientation called echolocation, which most megabats lack, except the Egyptian fruit bats. Besides, microbats lack the claw at the second toe of the forelimb. They also lack underfur, and are either naked or have guard hairs. Bats are nocturnal animals, which can provide them certain advantages. Enormous numbers of insects fly at night, and, with the exception of spiders, there are few competitors for such food. The darkness also helps them avoid predators, like certain kinds of hawks, snakes, and toads. Furthermore, night brings cooler temperatures and higher humidity, which helps dissipate the heat generated by the muscular activity of flight and helps the bat maintain its body temperature and moisture. Because the bat has a thin wing membrane, flying during the heat of the day could be hazardous, because of the excessive absorption of heat and resulting dehydration and possible heat prostration. As we mentioned above, many bat species have developed a remarkable navigation system called echolocation to help them locate and catch prey in the dark. The process that makes this happen is pretty simple. They emit a series of supersonic cries through the mouth or nose and detect flying insects by the echoes reflected back. The bat can achieve various goals with the help of this equipment. It can figure out how far away an object is by determining how long it takes a noise to return, or how big an insect is by sensing the intensity of the echo. It can determine whether the insect is moving away or moving near based on the pitch of the echo, or even tell if an insect is to the right or left by comparing when the sound reaches its right ear to when the sound reaches its left ear. If the sound or echo reaches the right ear before it reaches the left ear, the insect is obviously to the right. Besides, the bat's ears have a complex collection of folds that help it determine an insect's vertical position. Echoes coming from below will hit the folds of the outer layer at a different point than sounds coming from above, and so will sound different when they reach the bat's inner ear. Most bat species are not only harmless to humans, but are actually beneficial. The little brown bat, one of the most common North American bat species, can catch and eat as many as 1,200 mosquitoes in 1 hour. The famous colony of Mexican free-tail bats will eat up to 30,000 pounds of insects in a single night. These bats and many other species feed on insects that destroy crops, providing an invaluable service to farmers. Bats are also beneficial as plant pollinators. Many species, particularly those in the tropical rainforest, feed on plant nectar, gathering pollen on their bodies as they feed and spreading it when they fly away, helping the plant disperse its seeds.